Good morning. I thought I'd show you what we're doing for lunch today. I don't usually cook for lunch. It's Saturday though. You are. I got kids emptying a dishwasher over here.
I'm done.
Someone sneaking cheese. My oldest 3 and Solo have been gone all morning. They're going to come home hungry. And one meal I skipped this month was egg pies. So I just grabbed everything in my fridge that needs to be used up. I already have a couple in the oven for the kids that don't have mushrooms and tomatoes. But I just took some eggs. There are about 6 eggs in each pie. And for the kids, I also bought some pre-made crust. So I put the crust down for the kids. And then I just mixed the egg with a bunch of cheese, a little bacon bits I had. We had some leftover barbecue meat someone gave us. Put that in it. Kale. I also had some peppers coming from our garden. I put that in ours as well. And so these are crustless. And then I just am doing like 3, oh, you see what mess Destiny made. She found the paper plates. But I did 375 and I'm cooking them up for about 30 to 40 minutes. It's a good easy lunch, and then hopefully the crustless ones we don't finish, so we'll keep them in the fridge and Solo can eat them for breakfast, like just cut off a slice of pie. Have it for a quick, easy breakfast. Des, are you learning to help with the dishwasher? And the paper plates? Oh, and you got the cheese? Oh. We're gonna have to clean you up. Here are the kids' pies. They came out just at 30 minutes and they're done. They're not like loose in the middle. I have done them before in cake pans or bigger kind of bowls, and it takes longer to cook them, so I like the pie pans because it only takes 30 minutes. Oh, you're gonna get some. I thought you said you didn't want an egg pie. It didn't look good. Does it look good now? That crust really helps, and then I don't give them toast or anything. It's all in one pot. Fast forward to dinner, we're having a power skillet, which is a Trim Healthy Mama recipe. It's basically ground beef, zucchini. Zucchini is like crushed up in a food processor and put in there. And then there's a ton of spinach usually, but I probably only used about half of it because I had some spinach go bad in a fridge that was too cold. I could add some frozen spinach maybe. And then some Parmesan cheese. It's really good. The kids even like it a lot because it's kind of like a Kenyan meal that we eat anyway with meat and spinach and stuff. It's just a lot more meat this time. This is my big pot I got on Amazon. It's a Dutch oven. There's the lid. I'm loving it for skillet meals because I can double a skillet meal recipe and it all fits in the same pot, which is awesome. Also, it goes in the oven, which is cool too. I didn't manage to pick up the camera except for meals yesterday. But look at her hair. She had it in French braids for a few days, and oh, it's so cute. So I went and picked him up some cereal for a treat this morning. Everybody got their hair done for church. Judah and Luka and I have to leave really early. We're on the worship team.
I'm just eating cereal.
You're eating cereal. So I did their girls' hair quick. Yeah. Saves me a lot of time that Belle's hair is still in braids. We are on our way to church this morning. I've got Judah. He's driving. Still in the neighborhood. This is his first time driving in rain. He's been doing so good. He's getting really good. But I probably will shut this down when we get on the main roads. And then Luka and Micah are back here. Luka's on the piano today. I'm on the main keyboard and Judah is playing drums. He plays the drums now. A few weeks ago, both of our drummers happened to be out of town the same weekend and we could not find a drummer anywhere. We were calling everyone we knew in the city that could play drums. And if you don't go to a church where there's drums, you probably wouldn't understand why that's a big deal. We have a spirit-filled church that drums are a big part of our worship band. But think about it like maybe if your church didn't have an organist that week. It's real. It was also a big weekend for us. We have a lot of visitors that weekend, and so we just really needed a drummer because of the type of music we do and everything. And we couldn't find anybody, and so we do own a drum set, and our kids play on it some. I knew Judah he does a pretty good job just messing around on it. So I was like, Judah, I think you're on. I'm in charge of the worship ministry right now. I'm the pastor overseeing the worship ministry. And so it was kind of stressful, but at some point I realized, okay, Lord, you're not providing a drummer, you're not providing an answer here. So the only thing I know to do is put Judah on. And I honestly did not. I thought maybe even if he just kept the beat and the kick, that we would be okay. You know, at least it's better than nothing, especially in our faster songs and stuff. And he really practiced starting like Thursday. We made that decision. He practiced. He went to church with Solo one day and practiced a lot on that drum set. And then we went to church really early that Sunday, practiced again, and he did amazing. And it was a good reminder for me, like actually we needed another drummer in the rotation. It was a good reminder for me that sometimes in that challenge and in that stretch, the Lord's doing something that you actually need in your life, something good. I don't know if it was that much of a stretch for him, but it was a stretch for me thinking, he's gonna have to be thrown up there. So he did so good. He's definitely learning a lot, but he did amazing. In fact, today is his second week on the drums, and I'll have Solo get a little video of him on the drums so you can see how amazing he's doing. He's doing really good. The only reason I play the piano at church is because I grew up in, as a pastor's kid. It was a church plant. My dad was the only pianist at the time, I think, and my dad was out of town. Oh, maybe we had one more. And there was like some conference and both our pianists were out of town and I had to play. And there was nobody else. And I was not a church pianist at all. And I had to be stretched into it. And because of that, to this day, I play the piano. So sometimes that stretch is just what you need, because you wouldn't have taken that step without it. I know I wouldn't have put Judah on the drums without having no other choice. And now we have another drummer who actually is very good, very talented. So I know Micah's been working on the drums. Luka, do you play the drums?
I haven't been playing that much.
Well, you need to. You need to start working on that, man.
Well, I've been waiting till it gets fixed.
Oh yeah, our drum set's not totally put together at home. We may need to work on that. Drumming was also the one instrument we did not have enough people to rotate through. We have a lot of pianists, we have a lot of our different instruments, but we did not have enough drummers anyway. If you're feeling challenged or stretched, it may be for your good and you don't even realize it. Jude, are you excited about this morning? Yeah. He's driving really well too. Back in the car, we have just come off a youth conference week, and we had a special minister with us, a youth pastor all the way from Singapore. He's awesome. He's a friend of ours. This is Joelle. Hey. Solo's driving over there. Anyway, so Solo and I took him out for a steak lunch. This is Nebraska. Because we're in Nebraska. So we got to eat some good steak. Did you like the steak?
Oh, it was good. It's good stuff.
Will you think about it in Singapore once in a while? Yeah. Oh, good. So he has he left his adorable little family. He has a baby on the way too in the fall. Yeah. It's maybe not fall for you in Singapore, is it?
Summer all year round.
Summer all year round. But they have a baby, or their second baby girl coming in October, so that's fun. And my older kids were babysitting for lunch, so Solo and I got out of the house, which is nice. Anyway, we're gonna go back and rest now. And then, Solo, are you taking Joelle around Lincoln?
I'll show him a little bit Lincoln, because I tried and it didn't work.
Oh.
Maybe we can come home and chill a little bit before he goes to the airport.
You can see how similar the downtown Lincoln is to downtown Singapore. So I'm sure they're so similar.
Yeah, so similar, yeah.
Me, Judah, Belle, and Luka are going to go to a friend's house for a birthday party. We bought our gifts, so there's going to be water games and cake, probably ice cream and pizza. So, bye.
We've just been sitting here hanging out while the big kids are all at their party.
Yeah.
Well, Solo was hanging out with Joelle for quite a while
Yeah.
while I rested. Noelle is the best at just playing. She can play for hours by herself. Do you love to play? Mm-hmm.
She's been walking a lot. There we go. Yeah. That was a run. I got you. I got you. Yeah. Oh, you got those balls?
So they've been playing, and then we were watching a little J House vlogs, which is Noelle's favorite thing on TV by far. Is this zoomed into my face? I think so. Anyway, the other day she told me, she said, I like being on YouTube, Mom, but I'd rather be on J House vlogs instead of ours. I think that's the only one she's ever seen. Maybe, and she doesn't even watch ours very often.
Boring.
Mine's boring? J House vlogs is never boring, right? I think for her, mine would be boring sometimes. Before we leave you, I do want to give you a little update on KKV, if you can hear me above these children. So the last day or so that I vlogged in Kenya, we showed you King's Kids Village, which is the orphanage children's home that my grandparents started 12 years ago, I think. We gave you guys a link if you wanted to sponsor a child or give a donation one time or ongoing. And I never got to tell you guys, I never got a chance to tell you, we were so blown away by the response. We were so blown away.
And they were.
They were too. One thing we hadn't told you is when we first got to Kenya, Trey and Lydia had told us that they lost about $1,500 in monthly support. And that's really common at the beginning of America's summer. A lot of their support comes from the States, and they're just like, people have things that are going on, or churches have different projects that they want to do, and so they'll often lose a lot at the beginning of the summer. And anyway, we're not gonna focus. Okay. So anyway, they were hurting. It's a significant part of their budget. And so when we talked about this on our vlog, how much came in, Solo?
At the time, the report I got last was around almost $4,000, I think.
Yes, and a lot of it was recurring donations.
Awesome, thanks guys.
Yes, or some of it was child sponsorships too, which is awesome because that's recurring.
Well, even though they do lose the money in the summer, the expenses are not, they don't go down, and so summer tends to be very difficult for them. So they were really grateful.
You better not fall on Destiny. She'll really scream.
The last piece.
Wow, that was loud. We tried to film that several times, Solo and I, and we kept repeating ourselves because it was so loud in here. So anyway, he got all the kids in the car. I have a little more work to do on a video that I hadn't quite finished for tomorrow morning. Even though I've been getting up super early, it wasn't quite enough time this time. So I had to run to church to pick something up. So we put all of them in the car, which is awesome. And then he will pick up the big kids on his way home, and that gives me just enough time to finish my work. But I wanted to tell you that we were so blown away by your guys' support, your comments about praying for those kids and well wishes, and you guys were just amazing. And those of you who gave financially, we were just blown away by your generosity. It was awesome. It was so awesome. Thank you very much to each one of you who gave. I can't thank you enough. I really can't, and it means so much to them. Those guys over there who are trying to buy the food day after day, and the curriculums, and just paying the staff and all that, it meant so much. It was just amazing timing. So they lost some monthly support, but then they got a big boost, and they were extremely grateful. So I will put that link down below again. I know there were some questions, and it was a time when I was sick that video went up, and I wasn't able to get to all of the questions. I felt really bad about that. But some of them were like, when you go in to sponsor a child, It would ask for the name of the child, things like that. I think that's more for people who had actually visited and knew a child they wanted to sponsor. So you can specify a boy or a girl if you're doing a child sponsorship, or you can just leave it blank and they'll give you whoever. If you have any other questions, go ahead and leave them down below and we'll try to keep an eye on those really well and answer them as we can. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you again. I told I told Lydia, obviously I need to come back every 6 months, right? Talk about KKV. I'd love to do that, sign me up. Okay, maybe not 6 months from now because I'll be giving birth. Oh no, that's like 4 months from now. Okay guys, I gotta get to work. We will talk to you later. Thanks for watching today, bye.